and welcome back once again to another edition of Behind the Lens video style with yours truly. It's game day. Yep, ready for the season. Excited. Let's get into it. How you kids been doing? Everything going good? Hopefully so. We got underway last night. Alcoa played and they won. High school football weeks. First predict city schools to remain open on Monday. Corker and Trump. Let's see what we got, Krager. Tom Krager with the Tennessean, formerly with the Daily News Journal. Mr. High School football. Mariota Titans receivers providing consistency outside. They need some consistency. Picking winners for the high school season's opener by Cecil Joyce, D&J. Independence at Oakland, Hendersonville at Blackman, Smyrna at Laverne, always a classic game to open up with. Stewart's Creek at Siegel, that should be a good one. East Nashville at Riverdale. Let's see if he's got more. Let's see, Eagleville at Huntland and Midway, Missouri at Middle Tennessee Christian School. So there we go. We're underway. It is the season, and it is upon us. 10 games in front of each one of the schools, and then we'll move into playoffs. So let's get to it and find us a topic. Change. You know, I've spoke about change before, but it was my topic all this week with the coaches. It didn't matter if you're a 1A coach or you're a 6A coach or you're in the private school. I ask each one of them in the inside the headset, I ask them, what's changed? What has changed in your program? What has changed in you? What has changed in how you execute? Each one of them provided certain tidbits to show about their program, and they talked about some of the changes they've undergone in order to be more successful. Change comes awful quick sometimes, and then sometimes it's not moving real quick. Sometimes people want to change things, and they just want to change things because they want to change things. No direction whatsoever. It's just that we're going to change it. And then other people methodically think it out, and they want to change, and they're trying to change, but they can't quite get the change to happen. And there's change constantly moving. There's change in the weather, change in the way you go about and doing your business, your day-to-day routine, changes in the way you may go into a classroom, go into a building, changes in the parking lot, changes in the way your business sales process flows. Whatever the case may be, things are constantly changing. One thing is for sure, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. One of those two things are happening when you implement change. Some things we have control over the change, some things we don't. A lot of people don't care too much for change. They like where they are, they like what's coming to them, they don't want changes, but sometimes changes occur. But if you do change, let's make it for the better. I mean, put something in place that if the change starts routing a certain way, we're able to pull it back up on the intentional objective or goal. Think about that. See, if you plan and you say, I want to go here, and you may get diverted along the way or take a pit stop or whatever the case may be, but as you're progressing toward the change or the new goal or the new objective or the new milestone, you want to stay on track. You want to keep that clear in what you're doing and not get off subject or get off where you want to go. Now, sometimes you need to in order to adjust to the marketplace or the way the environment or the landscape is changing. But most of all, you just want to try to figure out a way to make sure that before you plan that change or that you maybe expect a change, you're able to adjust quickly and put the team back on track to head toward the trophy or the goal. So when you're in change, try to figure out where you fit in. That's the biggest thing. You as an individual. So something has happened in your company, something's happened in your team. Could be an injury tonight, could be anything. And inevitably, one star player across the United States tonight, when we get underway with Friday Night Lights, somebody's career is going to end within the first quarter for their high school football career with an injury or something that happens. And that season will change because that player was key. So think about that as you go through your night tonight and as you go through the days. We have changed since this whole thing has started. This is our 9th edition of Behind the Lens. It all started right here. And the Behind the Lens is different from when it first initially started. We are also in the changes of, it's been 10 years ago that this ring right here, and I'm getting ready to talk about it, but it's been 10 years ago since the 2007 run down at Smyrna High School when I was down there with Sonny Gray. And that's when we had 5A as our biggest league. Now we have 6A. That change has occurred. So with all that, kind of think about changes as they occur throughout your senior season of the 2017, or your junior season, or your sophomore season, or your freshman season, or maybe it's your middle school season, I don't know. But anyway, change is inevitable. And it's according to how we deal with it will decide the outcome. Cameron Snelling runs the ball against during Laverne's Jamboree. The Patriots will host 5A runner-up Independence on Friday. Cecil Joyce. Let's get another topic. Get out of here. I got some work to do. You know, the lens was in jeopardy. It was in jeopardy. We weren't going to do a lens this week. In fact, we were going to do it on Wednesday. I was supposed to be in New Orleans to go out to dinner last night with a customer. But that customer, the cool thing about it, their son will be dressing this fall for the Alabama Crimson Tide. So what could I say? I mean, you got a son going to play for Nick Saban. I mean, what am I going to do? Say, you need, customer, you need to be at my dinner. No, we cut them loose and let them go enjoy that moment in their life. Let's see what's going on. Let's get us another topic. Get out of here and get ready for Friday Night Lights. Where you're going or the goal that you plan to set, it won't be the same when you get there. How many times have we thought and we've looked and we set a goal out there, we paint a picture, we get our brushes and say, once I get there, boy, it's going to be just like this. Or once I go here, I want the picture to look just like this. And we fight, we claw, we work out, or we study hard, whatever the case may be, or work hard in our jobs. And then we get there to that moment, and you finally get to the gate of where you've always wanted to be, and it's not the same. Let's talk about Sonny. Sonny was down at Smyrna High School, Sonny Gray, played football there, won 2 back-to-back state football championships, 10-year anniversary, happened in 07, here we are in 2017 in that run. And you know, he probably had a vision of playing for the New York Yankees, and he dreamed of it. But now that he's there, it's probably not like what he thought it was going to be. You know, I mean, I've watched a couple of his games that he's pitched since he's been in the Yankees. And, buddy, they are all business. You can tell that their manager is, and not to say any of the other ones aren't, but the nonverbal gestures about the New York Yankees, man, they are all business. It is a big business. And got to respect the change, got to accept it, got to embrace it. But along that way, I'm sure Sonny, as he thought that he went from the big S down to the big V, he went to Vanderbilt, played 3 years, got drafted out of 2011, ended up in Midland, Texas, riding on a bus, 2A ball. So you ride and you don't get on an airplane when you're down there. You eat croutons with ranch dressing and try to live off that, make about $1,000 a month. But anyway, he went through 2A ball. Then he went out to Sacramento to play for the River Cats. Then he ended up with the A's. Trade deadline happened this year. He played a couple of years with the A's. And as it got down, I mean, kids, if you follow this thing like I did, trying to figure out where this kid's going to end up, I mean, it was a zoo. I mean, everybody from the Cubs to the Brewers to the Marlins to the Braves, to we need him, we want him, he could help us. I mean, it's amazing how many articles are written when you're at that point of trade deadline. and you got your mojo on and you're doing really good on the mound, it's amazing how many people come out of the woodwork and say, I want him on my team. But he ended up at the Yankees, but I'm sure now that he's there, he realizes one thing. He's always known it's a job. He's treated it, the game of Major League sports, whether it be Major League Baseball, NFL, he's always been very prepared as far as it's a game. But I'm sure it's just, it's a lot different than what he thought it was going to be. First of all, we always know it's a job. We say that. But just the idea of New York, I don't think you can imagine living in New York. You have to first be there and dealing with all the logistics of all those different people in the city of New York versus the city of Oakland. But, he's embracing it. We'll see how well he does as he gets tested. And that brings me to my next topic, and that is tonight. Whereas sophomores and juniors and seniors, they're going to get tested. And that's the reason why we love this game so much. The reason why we love high school football is it's a lot like your company or where you work as a grown-up. And that is, you've got some A players, you got some B players, and you got some guys that are just out there, they're just going through the motions. And that's just like in your company. Not everybody in your company is a 5-star player or a 5-star employee or a 4-star or a 3-star. Some are just coming in every day and they are just bodies moving through the motions. And that's what makes it so cool, because not everybody out here on this field tonight will end up playing on Saturday. And so what you've got to do as a coach is take those ones that are somewhat not the best in the world, but get them to play their position just well enough for 7-10 seconds, whatever the play may be, and get them to perform to the best of their ability so you can come out with a W. And so you do that, but you do it for about 140 plays each game, and you do it for 10 games guaranteed, and then we move into playoffs. So that's the reason why we love high school football is it's the constant changes, just like a company moves through the constant changes in its fiscal year when you start from January and go to December. What started in January isn't always what you end up with in December. And so just like grown-ups, it'll be changing out here on the field on Friday Night Lights, so it will be in your company or in your school or in your life. And that's the reason why we love this game so much. It's not always, you don't always have all the tools you need, but some way, somehow, you put it together and you come out with a W, just like I said. Well, enough of that. Thanks once again, all of you. I appreciate you. This is our second year at going live with Stork Vision. And what an amazing product we've learned about this. We've got one sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. We appreciate him. Guy here in the community that sells a ton of real estate. He is a magnet in this community and gives back, and we appreciate him. We got, like I said, one sponsor. That's it. We won't be junking it up. He is our only guy. He sponsors all the coaches' shows. He owns the Friday Night Lights broadcast. Now, he doesn't own the Lens. Come on. The Lens is us. It's between me and you. Come on. That's our little deal, But anyway, good luck to all those tonight. God bless. Take care. I'm a man who truly, truly delivers. And if you see me at the game tonight, right here at the Inferno, give me a shout. Let's chat. All right. That's it. Enough of that for the first Lens. Glad it wasn't in jeopardy. The 9th season of the Lens. Can you believe it all started right here 9 years ago? Wow. Halftime's changed. Wow. Tom Krager will be down at the Tennessean headquarters reporting all the scores. Hopefully we'll be on the big screen with Krager Knows.